What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be discussing 5 lessons I learned as a content creator that I would give to my younger self. Number 1, find something that you're passionate about. What would you want to talk about if money didn't matter? And I think that's something I always challenge people with, is like really figure what that is. Like, some of you like football, some of you like Game of Thrones, some of you like Marvel characters. Like, finding what you're really passionate about if money didn't matter. If you had all the money in the world, what would that be? And I think if you can actually ask yourself that question, and maybe you don't have the answer right now, but if you can start to move the needle about maybe an industry or a topic that you're interested in, start there, and then you'll start to figure out what your niche is gonna be under that umbrella. But I think so many people, they struggle. They're like, dude, I don't know what to talk about. How do you make videos every day? And I think if you start at your passion or your dream or your interest, anytime that you are passionate about something, it's so much easier to stay consistent and to actually do the work, because no one's path of entrepreneurship or success is just linear. There's a lot of trials and tribulations, ups and downs that happen on this journey. And if you're not in love with what you're talking about, if you're not passionate about it, it's gonna be really challenging to stay consistent, which leads us into number 2. Number 2, consistency and patience. Anything that is worth building takes time, people. It's not gonna happen overnight. There's no 30-day plan. There's no 60-day strategy that's gonna kill and blow up your social media. A lot of this stuff, it's patience and consistency. You need to stay consistent over a long period of time, doing the work every single day. And in this context, it could be making a video every single day and posting it on the platforms that give you the best organic reach. But doing that even when you're not getting the views, even when you're not getting the engagement, even when you're not having a lot of these vanity metrics that keep people inspired, that keep people pushing to make content, you have to do it even when no one's watching. And I think that's been a lot of my journey, man. The first 2 years I made content, not many people were watching my stuff. I was still just building the muscle of being a creator, but I wasn't getting discouraged by the 100 people that were watching it, or the 50 people, or the 10 people. And I think for anyone that's listening to this, like, stay patient along that journey. If I stopped making content after the first year, I wouldn't be sitting where I am right now. And I think that's a message that's hopefully inspiring for someone watching this on the other end of this video. Like, stay patient. Keep the boat afloat long enough so that you can reap the rewards. And I say that all the time because so many people, they quit or they stop right before they're about to catch that break or get lucky. And I think so many people, if you can actually instill patience internally and instill consistency over a long period of time, you guys can achieve anything you want in this world. Number 3, give value. That could be in so many different forms, whether it's education, entertainment, or inspiration. Every single human provides value in a different way. You just have to figure out how you want to communicate it to the world. When TikTok first came out, everyone was on there just entertaining people with dances, with fun memes and fun things to do that other people could replicate. But you could also provide education by teaching people how to do a certain movement, or to cook, or how to eat properly. And these were some of the most viral videos that were happening on TikTok. So on social media right now, I think for every human, you need to figure out, how do you want to give value? How do you want to represent your brand and who you are online? And I think if you can focus on that, how the end consumer is gaining value by watching your video, after you consume a piece of content or you create one, you should ask yourself as you watch that video, is this video shareable? Can someone else get value from it? And that is a great starting point if you're a young creator and you don't know how to give value, or you don't know what types of content you should be producing. Just ask yourself, is this video shareable to others? Because obviously the algorithm, it prioritizes saved posts, it prioritizes engagement and all those things. And a lot of times if someone saves your post, if they feel like it's shareable to their family or their friends or whoever, a lot of times those videos have a better chance of getting seen from more people. So ask yourself that question every time you consume a piece of content or you're trying to create one. Number 4, adaptability. Don't get too attached to the platform that you're doing well on, or don't get too attached to what you're comfortable with. I think this is something I see along a lot of creators. Once someone builds a community on YouTube or on Instagram, they just dedicate all their time on one platform. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's power in building strength and in your community on certain platforms, but so many people get attached to the platform that they succeeded on. And then what happens, as platforms change, as algorithms change and new platforms emerge, a lot of times you have to adjust and adapt to what's happening on the fly. And this is happening with TikTok right now. TikTok became such a popular thing, so what happened? Instagram's Reels came out, YouTube Shorts came out because they're trying to mirror that same type of short form content. And I know so many creators that did really well on Instagram and really well on YouTube did not want to take the time to invest into TikTok or at least learn how to succeed on it. And now they find themselves really struggling because now they're getting onto these platforms, but it's late and it's much more saturated 3.5 years into TikTok, and it's harder to grow and it's harder to succeed. So if you were a creator and any entrepreneur in general, like being adaptable is the greatest skill that an entrepreneur can gain. Whether you're a creator, whether you have your own business, anytime that you're running your own operation, you have to be able to adapt on the fly. There's so many things that are out of our control with technology, with social media, with mainstream, with all the things that are happening in the world. You just have to be able to adapt and not get too attached to what got you to where you are. Number 5, be resourceful. It's kind of like being a Swiss Army knife. You have a bunch of different gadgets and tool sets that you have on a Swiss Army knife. As a creator or an entrepreneur, you need to be like that early on. You're not gonna have all the best equipment or an editing team or a videographer or X, Y, and Z, fill in the blank, a copywriter, an email analyst, all these things. You have to wear a bunch of hats. Now, what does it mean to be resourceful? Today, we live in the technology age. You have all of the data and information right in front of you. Taking a Google search of how to edit a video, how to post on TikTok, how to create a YouTube video, you have all of this information right in front of you, but you have to utilize it. So many people ask simple questions that you can just find online because they don't really want to dig deep into doing the work. So much of this journey as an entrepreneur, as a content creator, it's about getting your hands dirty. You have to be able to stay in the dirt, do the work that no one else wants to do. It's the sacrifice, it's the hard work. It's the things that people don't want to do, but that's actually the key to success, especially early on. So many creators want to find an editor as their first job before they ever edit a video. And I always challenge this mindset because if you do that, how do you ever justify or judge how good that editor is doing? If you don't know how long it takes to create a short form piece of content or a long form piece of content, if you haven't gotten your hands dirty, how can you judge or critique the editor or the videographer that you bring on board? You need to be dangerous enough so you can help critique and coach up the person that you're bringing into your organization so that they can also improve, but you can scale out your business. Those are the 5 lessons I learned as a content creator that I would give to my younger self. I hope that some of you got some value out of it. And if you did, drop in the comments which lesson resonated with you the most, because I really want to hear and I want to kind of know. If you haven't already, subscribe to the damn channel because we're on the road to 100K. I want to try to get there by December 31st. If you guys are watching the videos and you haven't subscribed, it would mean the world to me if you did. And big shout out to Cuts for sponsoring this video. I'm a big fan of Cuts clothing. If you guys don't know already, I've said this many times. It's pretty much all I wear. Shorts, shirts, joggers. It's super easy to wear. Material is really good and I love it for travel. But that's the video, guys. I hope you guys got some value out of it. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Peace. We're out.